Hello and welcome to another video from Midas Touch Toys, Games, Collectibles. And today we're looking at something that is now very old, very rare and very collectible, especially with what this one has with it. We are looking at the 1975 release by DC Thomson from their Cracker series of weekly comics. And this particular one we're looking at today is issue number 3 of their great new comic, as they say. And it comes complete with a free fact and fun book. Okay, now Cracker was one of those comics, fairly short-lived really. It ran for 87 issues. So the first issue was January 1975, the 18th of January 1975. And the last issue was September the 11th, 1976. So 87 issues in all before it then merged with its sister comic, The Beezer. And this quite commonly happened back in the 60s and 70s and 80s, really. The comics came out thick and fast, really. New comics were coming out quite regularly. But they didn't seem to last overly long before they merged with one of the other comics, perhaps to make a more popular comic. I don't understand the reason behind it. Maybe they couldn't add extra stories into comics, or it was a promotional thing to grab new readers before merging them with one of their existing long-running comics, I'm guessing. But anyway, I've diversed. This is issue number 3 in front of us, and it says, number 3, great new comic, Cracker. February 1st, 1975, every Monday. Cover price was 6p. And it says, free inside, 2-in-1 facts and fun book, Wheels and Squeals. And it says, pop it into your pocket. Okay, that's the front page. Let's just turn the comic over to the back. And what have we got on the back? It says, every Monday, Cracker, February 1st, 1975. Mad ads. The tooth, the whole tooth, and nothing but the tooth about Toothy. Toothy, the toothpaste with fungicide in the stripes. Just brush it on every morning for those extra special teeth. It's fantastic. It says, visit our modern laboratory. We'll welcome you. Hey kids, send your mad ad idea to Cracker, 20 Cathcart Street, Kentish Town, London, NW5 3BN. If it's printed, we'll send you a whole pound. £1. Printed and published in Great Britain by DC Thomson Company Limited, 185 Fleet Street, London, EC4 A2HS, DC Thomson Limited, 1975. £1, put you in contact, £1 back then would have bought you this comic for nearly, what was that, 20 issues, 20 weeks? So there we are. £1 was quite a lot of money back in 1975. Anyway, that's the back of the comic. Let's turn the comic back over and let's open it up and let's have a look inside. Okay, so I've turned the comic over and this is what we got on the inside. But before we look at the comic, I just want to have a look at this Wheels and Squeals. Now, this is a free gift, the free pocket fun and facts book. And this is presented with Cracker, both sides. On the other side, you've got BMW, MG, Alfa Romeo, Maserati, car greats, Ferrari, Lotus, Mercedes, Jaguar. And so why don't you join my Fang Club? There we go. And so if we open it up inside, it's got facts and figures from the world of Wheels, the Cracker Book of Ghostly Giggles. And you've got facts on bikes, and you've got fun facts of cars, and again, little comic issues at the bottom, and all about vehicles at the top. Trains, cars, ghosts and goblins and whatever. The old and the new, spot the spooks. Again, more vehicles and comic strips at the bottom. So it's a nice little mixture of facts, motor facts, and comics, comic strips, comic funnies. And it says, for big thrills and big laughs, get Cracker every week. Answer to spot the spooks. Spooks 1 and 4 are twins. And there we are. So that is the free gift, which is very, very hard to find in any condition, let alone in the condition this one's in. Okay, let's get back onto the comic now. So you do get a little bit of bleed through the colour here, actually, because of the type of paper that was used back in the day. And the front cover was colour. So you can actually just see the red coming through. But it says, hi pals, cracker number 3 coming up. Big laughs, big thrills, and still more free gifts. And get a load of that. Date up there. Yes, February 1st. That's the day cracker number 4 brings you the funny face maker. No joking, pals. That gadget makes funny faces. Funnier faces than the ones Branny the Janny pulled when the kids put salt instead of sugar in his bedtime cocoa. Yuck. So take a tip, don't miss this great free gift. Get down to your local newsagents now and put in a regular order for cracker. Before you go, did you hear the joke about the bread and butter? I better not tell you, you might spread it. Get it? See you inside, Sammy. Okay, there we go. So the first comic strip is Young Fu, the Kung Fu, and that's a black and white comic strip. And that runs for 2 pages. And then we got Simple Spyman, cracking fun with Spyman on the run. And again, that is 1 page black and white comic strip. I think most of these in here are all black and white. Big Head Branny, what to do when he's at the zoo? Big Head Branny, the strong arm Janny. And there we go. So that is 2 pages, 2 comic strip pages. The artwork on this is okay. It's not the best I've seen, to be perfectly honest with you, but it was all supposed to be comic funnies, so that's probably why it's as it is. Spooky Cookie is the next one. He cooks for the spooks. A ghastly scream brings spooky ice cream. Then you've got, again, 1 page black and white comic strip. Hobbies are all right when they lead to a fight, and that's Scrapper. And again, that's a 1 page comic strip story. Castaways on Planet Doom, Prisoners of the Planet People, and this is a much better artwork in this one. And that's a 2 page comic strip story. I don't think that's a funny one. I think that's actually a story. Now we're back onto the comics. Billy the Kid. These 2 escapers are full of capers. And that's a 1 page comic strip. So it's free next week. The Funny Face Maker with 40 funny fizzogs. It's a great giggle gadget and it's free only in cracker number 4 on sale Saturday 1st February. And those of you that know us, we have that issue available with the free gift. Okay. Hector doesn't know that there's danger below. Hector the Collector. Again, a single page comic strip. And then we got School Days, the Snookums. Snookum School, the place to be, the funniest school you'll ever see. And then we go on to the Headhunters, which is a 2 page comic strip story. And it says, he's used to baking bread, but will he last as head? There we go. And that's a monocolour story. So that's the centre page of monocolour story. Spookum School again, Laughter Pals with Ghosts on Wheels. And then we've got welcome to the Ghosty Geezer Gallery, kids. We've got a right bunch of horrors for you this week. There's Appy, Ari, Three-Eyed Albert, Timothy, Toothy Peg, and wait for it, Titch and Snitch, drawn especially by cracker reader Chris Patterson of Fife. Nice one, Chris. You've just won £1. What are you waiting for, readers? Send in your ghastly geezy drawings. If it's printed, we'll send you £1. There we go. Another £1. Joe Soap, a 2 page comic strip story, black and white again. Curly's Commandos, the junior army is really balmy. And again, that's a 2 page comic strip, black and white story. Sammy's special report, all about teachers. And that's 2 page on his favourite teachers, of course. Favourite, I think not. And then we got the Nutters. And that is also a 2 page comic strip story. And we got Mower Fun with Ed when he makes Dad see red. Dunder Ed, the Wonder Blunder Boy. The Wonder Blunder Boy. That's a 1 page comic strip story. And then we've got Reader's Choice, Sammy's Weekly, Sammy's Wacky Weekly. And it's all things that have gone on during the course of the week, and you've got your Reader's Choice to tell you what stories you prefer and so on. And then finally we're on to The Iron Hand, which is a 2 page story, not a comic story, but it is a 2 page story, And this is one with great artwork. And that brings us to the end of the comic. And again, on that back page, you had the inside back page. You had bleed through of the blue on the back cover. Okay, so that is this issue of Cracker. And this issue, I don't need to tell you, it was a former shop stock, unsold shop stock from 1975. Shop had been around since the 1960s, and they closed down just after COVID, and we had the opportunity to go in and buy out all their stock, which we did. And for me, the greatest finds were in the stock room, because there was stuff that went back years and years and years, and we were very lucky to find some really old crackers, just like this Cracker comic in front of us. Anyway, how well did this comic do back in the day? Well, with the release of all the new comics, when the manufacturers produced a new comic, they enticed you with free gifts, and every kid wanted the free gifts. So new comics got a boost of followers when they first come out. Depending on how much they liked the comic after the free gifts had stopped, was, that was the thing. Did it go on? Did people like it, or didn't they just think, oh, it's not as good as it used to be, or it's not that good after all? I want to change to a different comic. So, and viewers or subscribers dwindled, which means the comics are not selling as many as they needed to keep going. So this one managed to last for 87 issues, which was just over about a year or so, I think. It's about getting on for 18 months, I think. Jan 75 to September 76. What's that? That's 20 months, just under 20 months. So, but it's not a particularly long run for a comic from back in the 1970s. And then when it merged with the Beezer, it became the Beezer and Cracker for a few weeks before the Cracker name was dropped, and it continued then just as the Beezer. Some of the stories were maintained in the Beezer, the rest of them were dropped and gone. Now, let's move forward. What are we talking? We're talking nearly 50 years. It'll be 50 years next year in 2025. Do these comics come up very often now on the platforms? Yeah, the Cracker comics do pop up from time to time. They are used. They have been been read and been in people's possessions for quite some time. Do they come up with the free gifts? Very, very, very rarely do you ever see these comics with the free gifts still with them. And when you do, they're gone very, very quickly, or they're demanding huge amounts of money, which is hardly surprising because they're so rare. So, yes, you can pick up a Cracker copy of the comic pretty much on any of the platforms. They're there and thereabouts everywhere. The earlier versions, not so much. The later versions, perhaps a lot more. With the free gifts, virtually never. You get the occasional one with a free gift, but more often than not, they're all without them. So yes, they do come up, but not like this. If you want a copy like this, with the free gifts in as near to mint condition as you are possibly going to get, then you've come to the right place. You can see this particular copy. It's available on the Minus Touch website, which you can get to quite simply by clicking the link below. It will take you straight to the website, where you'll be able to find this and many other vintage comics and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles. Come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we're uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I am absolutely positive that this is something that you're not going to want to miss, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new products which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there's something in particular you're looking for, something old you've never been able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or perhaps just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. And believe me when I say we have some absolutely cracking things coming soon. Our team are working tirelessly behind the scenes to bring you some absolutely amazing stuff. So keep watching, stay tuned, because you won't be disappointed. Okay, so that is it for me on this particular item. I do hope you've enjoyed reviewing this wonderful old comic with me. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again next video. So bye for now.